gonna say nothing. But as a black woman, I gotta give my opinion on this. And I'm not trying to be messy. I'm not trying to be petty. I like Tasha K. I like her a little bit. But sometimes some of the stuff that she say as a black woman, she backtrack. Because she don't be able to handle the pressure of the backlash. So she backtrack and act like a mammy. I'ma just be real and just tell it what it is. Tasha K basically tried to gaslight and peer pressure and manipulate Rose. For one, Tasha, Rose never said she hate black men. She never said black men was trash. You twist her words to be messy. And now somebody who used to watch you, the first time, your very first video that you did about Rose, you didn't tell Rose down and you didn't talk down on her. But then when you interviewed her, you twist her words, you tore her down, and then you brought up statistics. And then you brought up black women stereotypes. Old black women stereotypes. You know you finna lose a lot of subscribers, right? Only your winos. I can't speak for all winos, but for winos who don't agree with what you said, do you realize you finna lose a lot of black women as subscribers? Majority of your audience are black women. So when you was telling Rose, what about the black women that can be better black mothers? Do you realize what you said? Do you realize what you said, Tasha K? Do you realize that was mammy? That was mammy effect. Do you realize you were talking like a mammy and acting like a mammy? Do you realize that made you look like you were bowing down and praising the Tyrones? Begging and pleading for the Tyrones, and you got these other mammies in your comment section saying that they'll never be with a white man. The segregated mindsets are so disgusting to me. Because you have some people who say, oh, love shouldn't have no color. You shouldn't see color. Why a person gotta want to be saved? For them to be happy, for them to be with somebody that respect them, treat them right, and value them, and got morals. And all black men do not have that. And you know that, Tasha. You know that. As a black woman, you know all black men do not respect their own women, do not value them, do not have morals, do not treat them right. But you backtrack and mammy effect. And now you got these dusty Tyrones, these blackistaian Tyrones, worshiping you and praising you and clapping and applauding. They feel like you ate Rose up. I feel like Rose kept her composure in a classy way. Rose better than me because I would have told you about yourself. I would have told you what I know. I wouldn't have been like Rose. If you would have interviewed me and I was Rose, I wouldn't have did what Rose did, Tasha. You was wrong for what you did. Coming from another black woman, you was definitely wrong for what you did. I don't believe in being biased. I don't believe in being one-sided. And I don't believe in taking sides because it's always two sides to a story, always multiple sides to a story. What you did was completely out of line and you was out of pocket. And you know you was out of pocket. But you did a whole video talking down and trashing Tyrone's about how they need to do better in the black community, about how they own women are leaving them. Now, fast forward, you are sitting here basically You tried to tell Rose that she is you basically tried to invalidate her experiences as if it don't exist, and you tried to overlook it and dismiss and discard her feelings and her emotions as a person. You know the hardship and the experiences that black women actually go through in the black community, and you dismiss that for views, for clicks, for money. I'm very disappointed in you. I'm very disappointed in you as a black woman, and you married to an African man. Let me go ahead and say this. African men are still black men. They are foreign. That's the only difference. But African men are no better than American black men. They do the same thing. And I felt like you was just too invested. You was too nosy. You was too messy and petty. And you got your own stuff going on in your personal life. Y'all, I'm going to be talking for a while. So if y'all don't want to hear me talking, y'all can just skip. But this pissed me off because this what I be saying about some black women. They say things and then they backtrack and they go back on their words. No, I'ma hold you accountable. I don't care if you did go back on your words. You went back on your words because you couldn't handle the pressure or the backlash. So you start bringing up statistics and stereotypes about black women. What made you bring up stereotypes, Tasha? When you was a black woman, you was a dark-skinned black woman at that. Do you know how some black men look at you that's dusties? Do you think they desire you? Do you think your husband really desire you? Because we have heard some things. It ain't our business, but we have heard some things. Do you really think you desirable? Do you really think that you was desirable? Do you really think that you was attractive? To sit here and try to tear a beautiful chocolate goddess down just because you jealous, just because you envious. You jealous and you was envious, Tasha. You showed your jealousy. This wasn't no Cardi B or nobody that you was talking to. This was a black woman. This wasn't a non-black woman that you was talking to. This was a black woman who shared her experiences. And for people saying, oh, Rose got 2 black sons, who gives a fuck about that? That's no excuse. Just because she got 2 black sons, that don't mean she need to be with a black man. That's BS. Now, it really don't surprise me because I always have kind of knew that Tasha K was kind of like pro-black a little bit. Not all the way, but a little bit she is pro-black. What pissed me off is when I was in the comments and I'm replying to pro-black women who just loyal to just one race, and then I'm replying to what you call it? It was a lot of people in Tasha K comment section that was basically attacking and ganging up on Rose, saying, oh, she thought that the white man was going to save her. Why do black women got to be saved? We are not damsel in distress. We are not telling other men of races to save us. That's what black men are doing. Black men are asking other races of women to save them, which are the passport bros. They need to be saved because they're at the bottom of the barrel, the bottom of the dating pool, the bottom of the totem pool. Let's be real. Facts over feelings. Y'all know I mind my business, but when it come to you trying to tear down another black woman and you a black woman, you is finna get a reality check. You finna get a reality check whether you want it or not. I don't care if you're a big YouTuber, small YouTuber. That, first of all, trying to gaslight and trying to manipulate and trying to invalidate the experiences that black women actually have with blackistaian, dusty Tyrones is wild to me. To try to act like it don't exist, to try to act like black women don't lose their lives every day to dusty black men. And I'm only talking about the dusties. You have to separate the dusties from the healthy black men. There's gonna be more controversy, and see what a controversy gonna step in at is Tasha sat here and twisted Rose's words. This is the only thing that I didn't like. You twisted her words for content. You twisted her words for views. You, out of desperation, you twisted her words to get paid off of this. You was biased intentionally on purpose. You didn't try to listen to what she had to say. You was talking over her. You was getting angry. You was getting aggressive. And you was getting mad. You got offended. And you was in your feelings because you sitting here trying to defend and cape for and justify, and you trying to pander and stroke Tyrone's ego. You trying to boost Tyrone's ego. You trying to lift Tyrone's up and put them on a pedestal. That's what we not finna do. We not finna put Tyrone's on a pedestal. They had how many years to get it together? How many years did they have to get it together and they still haven't got it together? We is not finna sit here and baby Tyrone feelings. That's what we not finna do, Tasha. We not finna do that. We not finna sit here and be biased and baby blackistaian feelings. That's what we not finna do. We not finna do that. If I was you, I would feel ashamed, humiliated, embarrassed. I would feel bad that I have sat here and I have told this big old lie because I'm trying to spare feelings and protect feelings. I'm trying to tell people what they want to hear because I don't want to lose certain subscribers, or I don't want to lose certain clout. I don't want to lose certain things. And then you disrespect this woman's husband. You call Brett a cracker. Then you said, you call this man a white savior. You came for this man. You sent for this man. You was biased. You was biased, Tasha. You know what go on in the black community. You know what go on in the black community. You know it's a lot of black women that are mammies. It's a lot of mammies out here. And what you did was full mammy effect. You know you finna lose a lot of subscribers. You know a lot of black women is finna unsubscribe from you. So you might as well get ready because you finna lose a lot of subscribers for being a mammy. Congratulations, like I told you, you played yourself. I'm very disappointed in you. I'm very disappointed in you. You took it to offense, and like she told you, you don't watch her. You don't watch her. She didn't say all black men. She spoke about her baby daddy. That's one person. The Tyrones love to try to gang up on black women who divest, who swirl, but they do it before us. They go get their passports. They go across the border. They go across seas. Do we try to stop them? We can't stop them. Even if we tried, we can't stop them. And even if we could stop them, it would be a waste of time because their minds is already made up with their internalized self-hate and their racism and their white supremacy mindset. And then you got the ones with the segregated mindset that feel like it's racist if you talk to something that don't look like the same thing you is. That's all I got to say for now, y'all.
I gotta clear my throat from last night. Y'all know Miami had me wear my throat out with the comedy show in Miami. Beyond. Winos, come on up in here. I know y'all mad because I didn't let nobody know what was going on, okay? I didn't tell nobody nothing because I know how people get messy up out here. So I wanted it to just be like, boom, we pop out and we show niggas. You know what I'm saying? So listen, definitely, hey, can we center this? Because I keep looking to the side. Can we bring the video right now for now until we get her up here? Okay, so listen. Full exclusive live interview for you guys today. Let me go ahead and share this live real quick, okay? We got a very, very special guest waiting backstage to address any and all, okay? She has time today, okay? And so if you aren't familiar, I'm sharing the live right now, okay? So people know we're live. So if you're not familiar, which I'm sure most of you are, because our audiences are similar, with Queen of Kings, Rose Miller, and her husband, Brent Miller, they've been they've been in the blogs here lately, okay? Some things have happened that have come, forward. There's been some exposing going on. There's been some trolling going on. There's a lot of different narratives that's out there, and so she's here to address it all. Okay. Now, I will give you guys a chance to ask your questions if we do have some time at the end. We only have her for an hour because she got to get back to them children. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. We as mothers, we got to do what we got to do. So give me one more second. Let me go ahead and share this. We make sure all the winos are up on deck and ready to go. Sorry that I did not inform you guys, but I had to do what I had to do to make sure we had this going. Okay, so let's go. All right, so without further ado, I'm not gonna hold too much longer.
By the way, y'all, I already know it's finna be a lot of reaction channels that's finna react, and they finna say that Tasha was acting like a mammy. I guarantee you a lot of reaction videos she finna get besides mine, I guarantee you they finna say that she was literally acting like a mammy because she was on here years ago bashing black men and tearing down black men for their bad behaviors and all the rest of this stuff and how they feel in the black community as fathers and all the rest of that stuff. And when it come to relationship, marriages, oh yeah, she's finna get a lot of backlash. She's finna get a lot. She know this, but she don't care. But she know that she finna get a lot of people that's finna unsubscribe. Me personally, I think it's time for me to unsubscribe. Again too, because after what she did, ain't no coming back from that. It is no coming back from that.
Okay. We got Rose Miller, Queen of Kings. How are you?
Hey.
Hello.
Girl, it gets messy.
I know. Welcome to the Unwind with Tasha K. So listen. I think me and the winos as well as the internet done brought you outside. Is that true?
Girl, we outside. I don't know
we
if
outside.
You want to be, but we here.
Okay, can we turn her up? I can't hear her over you guys talking in the back, so can we turn her up, please? Okay, cool. It's not you, it's them. All right. So here's the thing. Rose, listen, real quick while we're waiting on people to get up in
That's
here.
how I feel, Tasha. I feel like it's not me, it's them. So I like that.
Okay. Okay. So you saying that it ain't got nothing to do with you, it's everybody else, and that's, that's what we're here to address.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, listen, welcome to the show. Typically interviews like this, I do fly people in, but girl, you live too far and you got too many kids for me to be flying in with great cups of water from Hawaii and everything like that.
I feel you. So
Okay.
we're good here.
And you look gorgeous. I expected the shaved head today. Why did you put hair on?
No, baby, because I feel like the shaved head, it just wasn't giving. And I was like a different person. Like, when it was bald, I felt like it was beautiful, but this little mini afro is just not doing it.
I loved it. And you have the face. You can pretty much wear any type of hairstyle that you want. So whether you want to shave it or wear long hair, you have the face for it. So
thank you,
don't say that next time. Don't say that, okay? And so, yeah. And so real quick, I'm not going to assume anybody knows you because a lot of people may be unfamiliar with who you are, okay? Can you give us a little bit about your background and just kind of who you are and how you got started on YouTube and things of such?
Yeah, so I'm Queen of Kings, Rose Miller. I'm in a blended and interracial marriage. I had 2 children from a previous marriage with a Black man, and I'm currently married to my husband that we share 2 children together. Recently, we just abruptly moved to Hawaii, and here we are.
Okay. So how long have you been on YouTube?
So I would say, I got started in 2020, and then I just quit, and then I blew up really fast because 2020 I was not taking it serious. I was just like, oh, people are doing YouTube, let me try it, and so I stopped. So I would say 2022 is when we really got started. I lost my Instagram account, and so I was just like, well, I'm just gonna post on every platform, and that's when I got started and kind of just took off.
Okay. Well, listen, I, of course, have come across your Instagram. I have seen the Instagrams with you and your husband, Brett, and I'm pretty familiar with you guys, okay? And so I don't watch every single video because, I'm a content creator as well.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to do that per se, but I do catch a lot of the viral clips, and if I don't catch them, the winos is always catching them, okay?
Yeah.
And so, you have never, ever made my lineup, my wine list. That's what we call it, the wine list. And because, you do what you do. That's your family. It's a family channel. You and Brett have had going on for quite some time. I did notice a lot of race baiting going on over there. Like, it seems like,
And this is the thing. There was no race baiting. I love how people try to use this as a scare tactic, as a manipulation tactic. What Tasha was doing, Tasha K is a little manipulative. You know what? After all these years, I really didn't want to believe it, but she is a manipulative as... Y'all, I'm not even gonna say it, but I didn't want to believe she was manipulative. But when she did this interview with Rose, I knew then that she was very manipulative. So for the people that was in the comments talking about Rose is manipulative, I felt that whole manipulation energy during the whole interview. When Tasha K was talking, Tasha K is very manipulative. Manipulative is when you twist somebody's words. Rose never said she hate Black men. She never said Black men are trash. People really just literally trying to just find a reason to try to guilt trip this woman so she can get back with a Black man. It's funny to me. It's funny to me because the whole time I was in the comment section, it was a bunch of mammies that I was replying to, responding to. I said, I ain't worrying about it because I'm going to do a reaction video to this anyways. So fuck it. I had responded to some mammies. I responded to, some dusty blackistaian Tyrones that was in their feelings, talking about some white savior and all the rest of that stuff. Baby, like she said, Black men need to do better. It ain't Black women. We done better. We still doing better. Black women are doing self-improvement, self-reflection. We do the inner work. We doing it. They need to do it. Black women don't need to work on themselves. It's the dusty black men that need to work on themselves. We don't need to do nothing. We don't need to do nothing. And they are not our responsibility. I thought about getting with an African man, but then I started finding out that African men were really. I had this African friend, and everything he was telling me was sounding so good. But you have to try the spirit. You have to try the spirit by the spirit. Like, I'm close to God. Like, and I'm not. I done had so many experiences. A man cannot manipulate me. Like, African men, they will spoil you and they take care of home, but they are manipulators and scammers. And some of them are narcissists. And I told myself, you know what? When I saw so many things on TikTok, that made me not even want to deal with an African man. Like, I don't want to be going through what some African American black women are going through, dealing with African men. No, thank you. They not no better than the American black men.
Black men was mainly, it was black men and black women that were mainly the audience of you and your husband who are in this interracial relationship. And then there would be a lot of memes created from your end to basically, I don't know, it seems like throw jabs at black men for not being.
And it was never jabs thrown at black men. She was giving her experience. She was giving her experience. She didn't throw jabs. She didn't throw shade. She didn't throw shots. It was none of that. All this was twisted into a narrative, into a perception, into a stigma. It's an accusation, and it's false accusations. It's false allegations. It's false tea. It's not true. It's not real. This woman is not racist. She's not racist at all. There wasn't no rage baiting going on. There wasn't no jabs being thrown at black men. She specifically gave her experience. What is wrong with? It's like now these days. It's like a trend for when you tell people your bad experiences or horrible or negative experiences, people try to invalidate it like it don't exist behind closed doors in real life, as if people can't treat you poorly. As if people can't treat you poorly, not respect you, not treat you right, not care for you right, not appreciate you, not put in effort for you, not prioritize you as a person. Those type of men exist. In all colors, yes. But mostly it be black men who do not value black women, who do not value their women, who do not value their women, do not respect their women, do not care for their women, do not appreciate their women. Take their women for granted. And that's why they at the bottom now, because they women are tired of them, exhausted of them, tired of rooting for them, tired of fighting for them, tired of protesting for them, tired of marching for them, tired of competing for them, for their love, all of that. Black women are tired of getting the short end of the stick every time. Not being appreciated right, not being cared for right, not being seen, not being heard, not being appreciated, not being loved right, not being respected, not being happy. That's why Rose choose to be with who she's with, because he make her happy. The marriage ain't got to be perfect. She's happy. And as y'all can see, Tasha tried to make it like this woman should be miserable, this woman should be unhappy, this woman should be just so, because she's overwhelmed and she's dealing with postpartum and mental health. She's supposed to just, she's supposed to just go back to dysfunction, go back to breadcrumbs, go back to bare minimum, go back to settling for less, go back to black men. I don't blame Rose. I don't blame Rose for saying that black men wouldn't be her first option, because they wouldn't be my first option.
For not being brat to you, because you praised your husband a lot, and he happens to be white, and it seems like his color was more magnified than his manhood, and I feel the controversy.
And all this was hypocritical of Tasha to try to low-key criticize and throw jabs at Rose, when Tasha know that our men and our black community are trash. Cynthia G is the first that really just was the boldest black woman to get on YouTube and talk about how trash they was, talk about their trash behaviors, how they need to grow as men, how they need to self-improve and do self-reflection, seek therapy. Mental health matters. They didn't listen to that. But Cynthia G is right, because you know what I see as a black woman? I see Dusties losing their women each and every day. I see the radar just steady going up when it comes to black women dating out. And you got the mammies that's, oh, if you leave, you is. But what they fail to realize, you telling other black women that they are traitors to the black community and they are racist. And then you want to bring up all this stuff from, we is not in the Jim Crow era. We is not in slavery no more. This is 2024, baby. People need to stop.
It's what kind of drove you into the algorithm.
With the guilt tripping. Stop.
I don't feel like
it's not working.
I don't know.
Trying to guilt trip her, it didn't work. It didn't work. Y'all heard what she said. She said, ooh, it's spicy. Like, Rose didn't get ate up. Rose allowed herself to get ate up. Rose gonna get paid off for this. Rose didn't get ate up. Rose didn't get set straight. Rose didn't get schooled. None of that stuff. Because Tasha K have exposed the toxic behaviors and characteristics of dusty blackistaian black males. But because she got backlash, she backtracked and started acting like a mammy. Let's clock that tea. And that's why I'm so pissed off, is because Tasha K tried to make Rose feel bad for being with a white man, and then proceeds to say that her husband don't look all that. Like, how would you feel if she said your African husband don't look all that, and me personally, he don't. Black men are not a badge of honor. They are not something to hold up like a trophy.
Purposely race baited. We do talk a lot about race in our content just because it exists, and we talk about our experiences in life. That's what we do. We're a blog channel. And so literally, too often my son has been, race is brought up. It is. In everyday life, I feel like for Black people, period, it's brought up. But especially when you're in an interracial marriage, it's highly brought up. So we speak on that. As far as, hating Black men and everything like that people try to accuse me of, it's not that at all whatsoever. But the statistics don't lie when it comes.
And that's what it is. A lot of people get in their feelings about the statistics. Instead of just doing their research, they want to attack and they want to try to bash and they want to try to gang up on people for statistics. But when the passport bros try to tell black women about statistics, ain't nobody trying to attack them. I don't see other dusty black men that's dusty just like them trying to tell them, oh, that's not true about black women. That is fake. Those statistics are fake. Like, keep that same energy. Like, I don't understand some people. But I'm going to defend and I'm going to uplift my black sisters. Ain't no black sister finna tear another black sister down on my watch. You can get 1,000 views. You can get 1,000 of worshiping and praises. You can get a lot of claps. You can get a lot of applause. I don't care what you get. When I get finished eating you up, you gonna wish you wanna never, ever pound up to the Tyrones. Cause you was being a straight pounder bow. And you wore that cap. And let me tell y'all something. That cap didn't have nothing to do with Rose. That cap, she wore that cap because she know she was capping. She was gonna be capping the whole interview. Everything that Tasha K said in that interview was cap. Because she know deep down inside, and she got a African black son. She know what goes on in the black community as a black woman. She know. That's why I'm so disappointed in her and infuriated and furious and pissed off with her, because she know what goes on in the black community. And for her to be sitting here doing this mammy switch, for her to be sitting here doing this controversy stuff, this rage baiting, which is what she was doing. For her to be doing this, is wild to me, because it's crazy.
To black men and black women in the dating scene. And so my whole thing was to expand black women's horizons, to expand their horizons, because I feel like interracial dating is not new at all whatsoever. But there's been a huge uptick in black women dating out, because black women are always so loyal to black men, yet we're the least to ever.
And I'm proud and happy to say that I'm no longer loyal to them. I'm not loyal to them. Fuck them. Fuck them. Okay? Fuck my daddy. I just cut him off. I blocked him. Fuck them. And I'm talking to the ones who just really don't mean black women no good. They don't even need to be a part of they don't even need to be in the black community. Fuck them. And I mean that with my whole heart. Fuck them. They're a disgrace. They disgusting. They disgust me. I'm not physically attracted to them. And like I have told y'all, I don't care if they decent. I don't care if they not ugly. I don't care if they not unattractive. I done seen, don't y'all know, when I go out in public, I see plenty decent black men. I see black men that's attractive. I'm not physically attracted to them like how I used to be. Even if they not ugly, even if they decent, I'm not trying to get to know them. Like I said, the only thing I would be with them is friends. I'm not trying to get to know them. I don't want them. Period. I don't want them. Like, I don't want them. They be staring at me. They be looking at me like, you know, some of them wait for you to make a move, because all of them ain't gonna make no move. But I'm not trying to get to know them. I don't want them. I'm not physically attracted to them. I I don't have no weakness for blackistaian no more. The black community is full of dusties. I'm not physically attracted to them. I'm not mentally attracted to them. I'm not sexually attracted to them. Emotionally, I don't want to deal with them. Even emotionally, I don't want to deal with them. I'm gone. I don't think I'm coming back. 3 months I think I'm good where I'm at. I think I'm good.
Get married. We're the most to be single mothers, So black men have been doing this forever and downing us while doing it. I don't feel like I'm downing them saying as black men by me doing it. I just want to let women know, like, you can expand your horizons to increase your opportunity of finding love and your worth.
Okay, that was a really good, thorough explanation, and I'm glad you kind of covered all bases. And you speaking your truth. But to me, as someone, let's just say, I'm not here. I'm here both as someone who is just a spectator of the show, right?
Yeah.
And I'm also here as a digital talk show host to ask you some pretty tough questions. And so you were in a relationship with a black man, and you do have 2 kids by a black man, correct?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And this do not matter. The black man who she got kids by, evidently he wasn't hitting no shit. Let's just be real. Behind closed doors, this man probably was beating on Rose, all type of shit. And for Tasha to sit here and bring up that little tactic to try to guilt trip her and make her feel bad, if I was Rose, I would have said, and what the fuck about it? He's not in his kid's life. Do you see him in his kid's life? And when a man have to be forced to pay child support, that's not a good daddy. The rate is already too high for black fathers that are deadbeats and sperm donors. My daddy is a sperm donor. Okay? He's always broke because he got drug habits. Okay, drug problems. Dusty. Like Tyrone's B, he's dusty. Dusty as fuck. You know what black women hate about dusty black men? You know what we hate? We hate their behaviors. That's what we hate. We don't hate them as people. We hate their behaviors. We hate their attitudes and their mindset and their hearts. And we hate their bitterness because we're not the bitter ones. They are bitter. And they women are bitter, which are the mammies, jealous and bitter and hating. And Tasha K, she was acting like a bitter mammy.
Okay, and you got pregnant fairly young. I believe you were married before, correct?
Yeah, I was pregnant at 19.
That's really young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So was he your husband or boyfriend at the time?
He was my husband with my boyfriend with the first one.
Okay, and then he later on became your husband.
Yeah.
Was he the same age as you?
Yeah, he's a year older than me. So we did purposely have the baby also.
Okay, and that's cool. You guys plan that.
Yeah.
Do you think it's and obviously that relationship is of no more. You've spoken about that relationship in a lot of videos and things like that. And to me, I feel like it's kind of the catalyst to why you decided to expand your horizons, because he did ultimately, from my understanding, leave you as a single baby mother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he does not pay child support or anything?
No, he did not for the longest. So currently he does, but that was a very, very long process, and I didn't want to do it. His parents told me to do it, but yeah, I'm glad that I did, and I advocate for all women to do it immediately.
So he's pretty much a deadbeat, is what you're saying.
Which is the reason why I want to take all child support out on my son's father. Which is the reason why I, for the longest, I did what Rose did. Because why? All black women are not bitter. We try to give chances, for we try to just take our child support. See, I have gave my baby daddy nothing but time. Nothing but time to be in his child life, to be in his son's life for his responsibility, and he don't want to take up accountability or responsibility. So I see I'm gonna have to take it into my own hands because he want to continue to be a deadbeat. So I'm finna take our child support out on him. They think a lot of black women, because we take our child support, that we be getting that child support money. That child support money be going to that child. I get child support. That child support money going straight to my son. I don't love money, but I'ma love the fact that my son ain't got nothing to worry about. Cause the inflation ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets dramified when I talk about him publicly, so I try to,
Okay. Now, is it fair to say, and I just want to play devil's advocate here for a second, you guys are 19 and 20, having kids, having a relationship. Is it fair to say, yes, we do have statistics of black men not being the best, but we have them in all races?
Yes, statistics of black men of not being the best. The dusty blackistaian Tyrones, they are not the best. They are not good people. They pretend to be good people. They pretend to be quote unquote nice guys.
Right? Mm-hmm. Is it fair to say that, right? As well as there are white men in the community that are just as bad.
But all black women do not get lucky to meet or run into those type of black men. That's where Tasha addressed everything else, but Tasha didn't address and admit. She didn't address the elephant in the room. All black women do not meet those type of black men. Those type of black men do not be checking for average black women. They look at us as average. They feel like they too good for us. They may look, they may stare, they may find you attractive, but if you don't have the status they have, they don't want you. That's what she did not admit. She swept that under the rug and caped and defended and justified for dusty men that is subscribed to her, which are blackistaian Tyrones. The Pookies and the Ray Rays.
Okay, as black men, and white women are going through some of the same things we're going through too. They just don't publicize them as much as we do, right?
Most of the time, white men are better. Caucasian men, period. And then if it ain't Caucasian, non-black men, period. Most of the time, they treat black women better. Most of the time, that's not to say that that's all the time, but that's most of the time. And people don't want to acknowledge that because it's a hard pill to swallow, and the truth hurt too bad. Tasha know that most of the time, these white saviors treat black women better. Most of the time. Let's be real.
You think it's fair to say that your husband at the time of baby daddy was too young and too immature and maybe not educated enough to understand what comes with having a black family at that?
There was no excuses for him. He stuck his inside her. Both of them know what they was doing. He just wasn't ready to take care of his responsibility. Dusties are selfish. They want you to bear their kids. They want you to carry their kids, but they don't want to take care of their responsibility. End of the story. No excuses.
Age 20?
Absolutely. Yeah. But there's no excuse for today. It's like...
And Rose stood on everything she said. No excuses.
Yeah, there's no excuse for today. His actions today.
That ate Tasha up with that
Okay,
one.
but he is paying child support, right?
At 30. No, he's paying it not by his own will at all whatsoever.
That's
The
sad.
government is taking that. Every check, they're taking
Well,
it.
I mean, I
As
have
they
cousins who are
should.
great fathers, and they put themselves on child support.
Right. And he
Right.
did not do that. Yeah, even though his dad, most of them don't. Your cousins are amazing men, and that's what I always say. Like, I speak on things as a whole, and we got to be honest about the disparities in our community in order to change them. So maybe if I raffle a little feathers in the Black community, maybe it'll make them look at it.
She was talking about Black men who don't have morals. People who misunderstood what she was saying. Let me explain for the slow people in the back. Let me explain for the slow motherfuckers on the slow bus. If you don't do your research, you slow. If you took in offense and took it as an attack as a whole or as a group, something wrong with you and you slow. She was speaking about men who don't have morals, who don't have value, who don't treat you right, appreciate you, put in the effort. Now, for the people in the slow class, do y'all understand? Do y'all get it now? Or do I have to repeat it for y'all? She was talking about men. She was only talking about the men, the Black men. She didn't say all Black men because all Black men are not where they don't value their women, respect their women, treat their women right, put in effort for their women, take their women for granted.
Instead of like, oh no, that's not true. The way that Black women like go hard for Black men in the comments, Black men don't do that the same for Black women at all. So I feel like
it only be the mammies. It only be the mammies that go hard for these men. They know these men. They know these men ain't stand them, but they just want to be picked. Cause that's how desperate they is. They just want to be picked. They know these men ain't stand them. And they jealous of us Black women who are divesting, who got the strength and got the boldness and the cockiness to walk away. And they be jealous of us and they be hanging on us trying to make us feel bad for being happy and being stress-free. They get mad because they ain't got the guts to just walk away like we did. It's manipulation. Gaslighting and guilt tripping 101. It don't work.
That's a whole different conversation. I just kind of wanted, because a lot of times we base our actions off of reactions, right?
Yeah.
And so you kind of spearheading into the algorithm with this white man who you kind of deem as better than any other man that you came across, especially Black men. And I saw a lot of the video.
She was saying that he was better than her baby daddy. She didn't say Black men in general. She was referring to Brett was better than her Black baby daddy. I hate how some people really tried to twist around what she said. I listened to the whole interview. She didn't say nothing about that. The only ones who took offense to that, normal Black men didn't even see it as offensive. They didn't even get offended. They don't even get offended by those things. Shout out to y'all. normal healthy black men. Normal healthy black men don't get offended by stuff like that. They don't take that to defense. They don't see that as an attack. Now it would have been a difference if she would have been saying, "Oh, my white husband is better than all these black men, than every black man." She wouldn't be able to say that because she haven't dated every black man. She specifically was saying that what she said was he was better than her black dusty baby daddy. And I'm not gonna start calling him a dusty because I can just tell by looking at him he was a dusty. It is what it is. I'm sure Rose will agree with me. A dusty. Brett was an upgrade. The baby daddy, dust material.
Where you were saying another black man's trash is a white man's treasure. Like I've seen like the clips, and to me, like I said, you may not agree, they do give race bait. And for you to be 19 and your baby daddy at the time being 20, that's a decision that y'all both made.
Y'all know it be rage baiting. Rage baiting is when people can't control their anger. That's why I said rage bait, because Tasha K was like, she was so angry and infuriated. She was so aggressive during this interview. She was passive aggressive. Like, she didn't have no patience. It's like when it came to certain questions, she got mad. Like, what was the point of you interviewing somebody if you can't take a person opinion or perspective? And a lot of people feelings get hurt. A lot of people get too emotional. They be too emotional instead of them factual or logical. They let their emotions get in the way of being logical. And this what it was. A lot of people that was siding with Tasha K, y'all are slow. Y'all are more. Y'all let y'all emotions get the best of being logical into facing reality. And let me give y'all a reality check. Like I always tell people, you're not gonna always find love with people who look like you. Keep living in that delusion and illusion that you're gonna always find love with people who look like you, that you're gonna always marry people who look like you. Dusty Tyrones don't even believe in marriage. So keep wishing on a shining star that maybe one day, you know what I'm saying, that Tyrone gonna marry you, propose to you. Good luck, sis. Good luck. I don't know what to tell you. Keep being delusional, living in an illusion. Keep marching for Tyrones who wouldn't care if you become unalive the next day.
And like you said, y'all both made that. Is it fair to put it on him that he is the reason as to why, you guys went south, why he's not able to afford to take care of the kids? Could you have been just as equally kind of toxic in that relationship as well, too?
Absolutely. I feel like women, when they, and it's not something that's talked about enough at all, especially in the Black community. When we have babies, after our hormones are so out of whack. And so when I was with him, I had a baby, and then a year later, I have a baby, postpartum again. So,
right.
I'm like going through things that he can't understand, doesn't know how to try to understand. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely. I'm not him in like the past, like that's neither here nor there to me. Like that's really not a big deal to me. My thing is we're 30, 32, like take care of your kids. Okay. That's
but he's doing that, even though he's working a job so that he can pay child support, correct? So
he's working a job because he has to work a job because it's a marriage. He won't be able to provide for himself if he wasn't working a job. So after I put him on child support, we went a whole year without him paying anything. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
It's okay. Yeah, I can hear you. I was just taking
Okay,
off.
so
Go ahead.
scrolling.
Yeah.
Okay, so he went like a year without paying anything or paying very minimum just to like stay kind of afloat. He only has to pay $400 for 2 children. That's not a lot at all whatsoever. And so finally, he wasn't paying. He got his license revoked and all of that nonsense. So I finally pressed the issue where I made the government take it directly from his check. He doesn't have a say in that coming up. So no, he's not taking care of his kids, like at all whatsoever. I have messages from last year with me saying in January, hey, do you want to pay for the tickets right now? They're only $99 each child. I'll buy one ticket and you'll buy the other so that you could get them in June. No, I'll take care of it. June came, he didn't get the kids. And then he flies out to his mother's house in August, take a couple pictures, and then like post the pictures and pretending like he cares for them or wants to do something when he's seen them for 4 days at his mother's house. And I've heard that story too many times in my own community.
Okay. How many black men have you dated in your community? Besides your baby daddy. Yeah, besides your ex-husband, baby daddy. How many black men have you dated?
Maybe 2.
2 or 3 black men, and none of them valued her, respect her, treated her right, or appreciated her. That's why she not with them. You didn't get that, Tasha? She said she talked to 2 or 3. And okay, so after her baby daddy, she talked to other ones, and they still was the same way. You get the same. You get the same. You get the same black man every time. They have to want to change for themselves. You can't change them. You can't change them. You can't build them up. They gotta want to change for themselves.
2 or 3 besides him.
And so you're done with black men?
Naturally, like if I was not to be with my husband, I would not desire to waste my time trying to find the right black man. Now, if I just somehow just fell in love, then I would be open to that. I'm not telling people to open horizons while I'm closing mine, but they wouldn't be like my first, option.
That's
And I agree with her. You can't worry about people's feelings. Tasha was in her feelings. I would have told Tasha respectfully, fuck your feelings, because you don't know what I've been through. You don't know my experiences. But Rose, she kept it very classy. Like I would have did that too, but respectfully, in a cordial, respectful way and manner. Us being 2 women, I would have had to literally tell Tasha about herself, because you're not finna try to invalidate my experiences or my hardships, what I have went through with my own men. That's what you not finna do, because you not me. You don't know me personally, and behind closed doors, you wasn't there when those men took me what they took me through. So you can't speak on something you don't know. You can't speak on what you don't know. You can't speak on what you don't know about. You out of pocket.
kind of strong. Like, 'cause you have a black son, right?
Facts over feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So are you is it okay if black women were to skip over your son and say, hey, based off of my experiences with 3 black men, I'm no longer prioritizing men in my own race? Like,
You don't supposed to prioritize men. You don't supposed to prioritize men in your own community. You don't supposed to do that. You don't supposed to do that. That's giving begging, like literally being on your knees, like begging and pleading. And then you got these mammies. Oh, you the reason black men don't love us. You the reason black men don't want us. You the reason black men want to walk away from us. Every excuse for the blackistaian. Every excuse. No, on my channel, I don't make up excuses for black Tyrones. I'ma hold them accountable every time, and they gonna get ate the fuck up like the criminals they are. Like the criminals they are. He calling me on the phone. I'm gonna have to call him back.
You're raising a black son without a black father, and right now his father figure is a white man.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, he has a great grandfather, which is my daddy, and also the baby daddy's father. They go to the baby daddy's father and mother's house every summer. Mm-hmm. They didn't go this summer, but they do have like.
Oh my God. Sorry, y'all. My man calling.
Black men in their lives, but if a woman was to skip out on my son because it was her preference, I wouldn't know what to be offended. Just like if my sons were to skip, if any of them were to say, I don't, a white woman is not my first option, or a black.
Hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about it.
Woman is not my first option. It's just his preference. Now, if he's like down in black women, like, nah, I don't want to be with no black women because they ugly, that would be different. But preference. It's just preference.
Okay, but your preference is based off of bad experiences with black men.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on just a minute. Let me see. Okay, yeah, sorry about that.
No, my preference is based off factual statistics. Yeah. So like would I, knowing that we are the least and knowing, yeah, would I just wouldn't want to, especially at my age, waste my time dating someone that I know probably likely is not, gonna take me anywhere farther than the date.
So, is it fair to say that if black men were doing better, they could easily become your preference again?
Absolutely, yeah. Like if statistics were, if our mindset changed as a whole, absolutely, why not?
Okay. Yeah. So, is it fair to say that you're only with a white man because you can't get the black man that you want?
Oh no, not at all.
Why would you say that?
I don't think so. I prefer them based on their morals and their values, and it's just different. Like, and I speak about
white men have better morals and values than black men, and white men,
I believe,
were
the
creators.
African American.
So white men were the creators of the slave trade, but they have better morals and values than black
African Americans in 2024. Yeah, I don't know about it 1920, but in 2024 as a whole, I believe so. And I speak on African American black men because African men are different. Like they are more likely to take care of their families. Like other black men are not different than African American. I'm not just speaking on black men.
But you do know, when we're talking about statistics and facts, right? Because you are basing it on statistics. You do know that when we look at why black men don't take care of black women, it's because of white men separating black men and black women from their families. And we just came out of the civil rights movement, literally during our mom's time. My mom went to school in the 1960s, so we're literally talking about 40, 50 years.
Yeah, so I do get it, Tasha. It's like
and this is due to the laws that white men put in place to ensure that black women like me and you would look at black men and say, we prefer to be with a white man because white men physically couldn't measure up to a black man. So what they did was,
which is true. In a lot of cases, it's true. When it comes to certain black men cannot measure up. They can't.
attack them mentally, spiritually, and financially so that we would look at them as the go-to. You do know that, right?
I do get it, but I do know that, and I get it. But there comes a point where you can't keep making excuses. Like, it's just like when we get so upset and rattled over like the police killing our people, but it's black men killing each other every single day over this silliest, pettiest stuff, like $300.
But you do know why people just don't wake up and just, you know what, I'm just gonna kill somebody today, right? You do know that was systematically put in place by white men, right? Because we don't manufacture guns. We don't make guns as black people. We don't even ship them here. So why are guns heavily infiltrated into a black community, but when they are in the white community is using them to hunt deers, and in some cases, in some rural areas,
I feel you, girl, but I just feel like we can't we know better at this point, and now it's just time to start doing better.
I'ma just put on
she get on my nerves. But could it possibly be time for you to pick better? Black men? No. Yeah. There is a tier of black men that I run into every day. That I'm married to a black man. Yes, he's African, but there are also American black men that are just as competitive with an African black man. And African black men have their own shit as well too. You will be a sister wife married to an African black man because they do stand on business when it comes to raising their families, but to isolate based off of 3 experiences that you had at such a very young age, and now you put a white man on a totem pole like this as he's the savior, which was systematically designed for all women to look at white men as a savior. You're doing that, but yet making videos when you're drunk one night with a glass of wine, because wine do tell truth, and you tried to put him out as the black man that you did when you put on papers and made him pay child support. So
she didn't. No, she didn't. She did not. That's what some people want. They want that, but that's not how it was.
Which is it, Rose?
Ooh, girl, you spicy right now.
I'm spicy. I'm just
no, but I'm
saying,
my husband, I praise my husband because I praise my husband because he's my husband. I don't praise my husband because he's a white man. He happens to be a white man. I don't praise my husband because I don't praise him because he's a white man. I praise him because he's my husband. And when I found my husband, I was not actually looking for a particular man. And that's why I say 3, because after the husband, ex-husband, baby daddy, that wasn't just it with me dating black men. I dated the others after him. And it wasn't like the worst experience at all.
Hold on for a second, Rose. What's going on with that cursor over there? Please don't touch it. Okay, because you almost dropped her down. Okay, don't touch it. Please don't touch it because it's distracting. Okay, go ahead, Rose. Sorry about that.
No, so I'm just saying, I was not like hunting for a white man when I found my husband. And I praise my husband because he's my husband, not because he's white. Now, when I talk about statistics, and I don't do it in all of my content, Tosh, you may not watch my content
of course,
like you said, but I do a lot of just family content and whatnot. And no, me having a glass of wine, girl, it ain't it's not what it looks like. But no, I wasn't just ready to put my husband.
Okay, well let's move to that video, because that's ultimately why you made the wine list on my show, was because I saw and I followed.
Take me off the wine list, honey.
Honey. You on the wine list, baby girl? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Listen.
I'm done with
You wouldn't be on the wine list if you didn't put your white savior out on the internet for people to be dropping apple pie.
See, there you go again. The shade, the shots, and the jealousy and the envy. Why he gotta be that? Why he gotta be all that? Tasha was jealous. She showed her jealousy the whole interview. Why he had to be that? Why he gotta be a white savior? Why every white man gotta be either a white savior, a slave owner, or a slave master? Why he gotta be all that? It don't be that. It don't be that when dusty black men wanna get their passports and talk to white women or other races of women. Do it be that same energy? Nah, it don't.
And it's doorstep in his DM. You threw that man out here to the wolves after we done paraded him as the big dick white Jesus Savior that he was, and then you turned around and emasculated that man before the black man that wanted you to do it. Why did you make that video? He's standing there holding the baby, and you telling him, don't act like I'm not the one that put down on this house. Don't act like it's not my money that keeps us afloat. Don't act like I'm not the one that pay all the bills. Like, you really dragged him like how we drag some of these sorry-ass black men out here. I thought he was
I dragged him.
It ain't some, it's most.
How a crazy wife drags a man sometimes. It ain't got shit to do with white savior, black, nothing. It ain't got shit to do with it. It was a situation that occurred, and I apologize for it. But I am I'm not gonna sit on here I'm so sorry. I mean, it's life. It happens. Do I think that me and my husband will never get in an argument again if we want to be together for the rest of our lives? I personally don't think so. I think that we're very likely to get in an argument again. Now, that particular one, it wasn't for the whole YouTube streets. It wasn't. There was some. You got time?
Yeah, I'm here, girl. I got my bottle. Let's go.
Girl, it's so long. You got time. Okay.
I got time.
Okay.
Half my kids in Africa and here, so I'm good. You got all yours there, so do you have some time, honey?
I think so. Okay, so.
All right, go ahead. Tell us what happened that night.
I'm not true to this, Tasha. I'm new to this. You know how messy it could get in the.
I know how messy it could. That's why we here to clean up the mess.
I did not know how messy it could get. Now, I'm going to get real right now because I am drinking. You said that the wine is the truth juice, which it was not all truth at all whatsoever.
What you got, apple juice or cognac in there?
Girl, this Jack Daniels.
Oh, okay. Well, you need to put it in a glass because you don't want the kids to think it's apple juice.
Baby.
No,
okay, now look.
So what happened? What happened? Why you cuss your white husband out like that and emasculated him before these black men that was waiting on your ass to come out and say he just like us? They just like us.
And that's a lie. Because white men are totally different. Totally different from Tyrone's. Ain't nothing comparable. They nothing alike. They nothing alike. They anger not alike. They temper not alike. None of that. People try to twist it to make it look like that way, but it ain't like that in real life. It's just not. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not. It's way different. They anger way different. They handle things way differently.
Tasha, why you keep saying white husband?
Because that's how you paraded him. Like he was.
That's what he is. He's Caucasian. Why do people have a problem with Caucasian? Caucasian men being with black women. What's wrong? Love who you love. What's the problem? I think deep down, Tasha want her a white man, but she's afraid to say it because she's married to an African man. That's what I believe. It wasn't nothing but her trying to project and deflect the whole interview and manipulate and gaslight, and it didn't work. Because the whole time Rose was talking good about her husband the whole time. She didn't care about people trying to down talk her or her husband. She stood 10 toes.
He was the best. A white man, a black man's treasure is a black man's trash is a white man's treasure. Like you,
which is the truth. Which is the truth. Nothing she said was a lie about that. You have black men who don't value black women. So you have to go to men who do value you. If your own race of women, if your own race of men don't value you, gonna go where you're gonna be valued. And if you a man and your own race of women don't value you, you're gonna go somewhere where you're gonna be valued. I don't see the problem. I didn't get where all the animosity was coming from. All the built up anger and aggression and passive aggression were coming from. I was confused the whole time.
Right here, and let's not act like you didn't get your following from black women who looked up to y'all biracial relationship.
Yes, they should. Okay, so okay. All right, listen. Okay, so there was this woman, and I cannot speak on the channel, but if my subscribers know, for like the last 2 months, I've been battling with this woman. On top of battling with other things, I did have a baby 7 months ago now. He turned 7 months a couple days ago. So, this woman came out of nowhere on beautiful, like just family-oriented videos. Like I wasn't doing nothing. I didn't even know who the hell she was until my subscribers started coming like, hey, did you see this woman's, and I can't speak on her channel name because I'm currently working with some legalities. Her channel is now shut down. But yeah.
Are we talking about Judge Fifi?
No, baby. And why are you giving people free clout?
Cloud? No, honey, we just state the facts over here.
It's somebody else. It's somebody else. And you know what? Okay. Somebody said that I was, her name is similar to yours, actually. And somebody was like, oh, Rose tried to come for Tasha K. I didn't try to come for Tasha K.
I didn't see no videos like that. Even if you did, you got the right to do it. That's your channel.
No, but I didn't. Okay. Like, when I messaged you, I felt like yours was, you know, it wasn't.
We just spilled the wine that you spilled over here. So you threw the wine out. So we kept and drank it. So that's all we're doing. So what happened? What led up to that video?
So she called herself in a reaction channel, but she went in so hard, like as if like I stole her man or something. Like everything I did was wrong. And then she made a whole mob out of it. So like her mob would come to my content just saying negative stuff every single time I post a video. That gets to you. I thought I was a strong person, but after so many times for months and months and like hundreds of people, it starts to drive you absolutely insane. And so that's where I was. She literally almost drove me insane. Like I have police reports and everything, like, and like finding my baby daddy and like posting where I live. Like she went really, really in as if she knows me personally.
So you have a stalker?
Yeah, I was definitely, I'm not gonna lie, I was driven absolutely crazy by this person that I don't even know, you know?
Okay.
And so, and then I did a live video with my mother right before that, and I have a very toxic relationship with my mom. But my mom just dropped a book, and I don't know if she wanted publicity or what it was, but I haven't talked to my mom in months. She has not even met my 7-month-old child. She hasn't even came to see my new house that I purchased 2 years ago. That that was big for me to purchase a house. She lives in
my new house. You said my new house. Is it your house? Or is you and your husband's house?
My husband and I.
Okay, because I know in the video you was like, "Don't act like I didn't do this," and then you came back.
See, Tasha K was being messy. She was being messy. She know what she was doing.
Say that's not true, and then you came back to say, "Well, his income."
Putting salt in the game, adding fire to the fuel. But Karma know everybody address. Everybody.
And you posted
Laugh
his,
not cry later.
like his mortgage statement, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Laugh not cry later.
I'm just saying, because you said my new house, like our house, we just bought a house. That's normally what people say when they buy it together.
Okay, Tasha.
Okay, go ahead. So you and your mama,
my husband and
go
I
ahead.
house. She hasn't seen it, and so I did a live with her. I did a live with her on that same day, right? And she actually, I want to say, I made a decision to fake separate from my husband because at this point, I have a detective and everything in regards to the situation, but I was having to pay a lawyer. So I'm like, okay, if I have to pay a fucking lawyer like $7,000, like just to even talk to him, she's gonna pay for this lawyer, like I'm gonna make her pay. So as much as it was driving me insane, like it was also driving my algorithm up with them commenting all the negativity and everything. And so I was like, okay, so I'm gonna make her pay for her own lawyer for me to chew a hole in her ass. That was my plan. And so we fake separated. Then
So when you made that video and he said he had left for 2 weeks and he was apologizing to you for leaving you with the babies and he's gonna step up more, that was fake?
No, the fakeness started on the video that said we separated. So that was just about a week ago. Yeah, all of this fakeness was about a week ago. He actually went to Arizona, to finish working and get the stuff and everything. But yeah, so we fake separated. And then I did a video with my mom. Well, I was doing a live, minding my business. My mom's like, hey, let me join in. And she got on live and she instantly starts shouting out her book. And then she just started saying crazy, off the wall stuff about me. And I was like, I cannot believe she did this. And I was drinking, so I got emotional. I did. And then so I told my husband, like, I want to move from Hawaii. Like, nothing is working out for me. I don't know why all this is happening. And I just got very, very emotional. And so my husband was like, instead of like helping me or calm me or soothing me, like, he was like, what do you mean we're moving from Hawaii? Like, no, we're not. Like, I'm like, well, I am. Like, you don't have to, but I am. Then he just started going in. I'm not going to lie. The argument was real. He started going in. Me, I seen that these other channel was on live, as they always are. I got on my phone and her thing clicked up. And whenever I get on the phone, get on live, she would actually turn my live on while she's on live. So I figured that's what it was going to be. And that's why I got on and off multiple times. Like I got on the live and then I clicked it off, deleted it, got back on, clicked it off, deleted it. Because it wasn't supposed to be for my true subscribers. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning and I don't get any in Hawaii. So it was like different out there. 11 in Hawaii, so it was like 3 or something where they were. So yeah, I didn't figure many people were gonna see it at all, except the people that I wanted to see it. But obviously, she screen recorded as she does, and it really escalated more than I could ever imagine.
And welcome to the Unwind with Tasha K. We're here today, okay?
Yeah, and it got me on your list.
And you were on the wine list, and so we were discussing. How you just threw the white king out with the trash black men. Because you said black men are trash statistically
and she didn't say that. She didn't say that. This is a bad false accusation because she did not say that.
White man that you put up. You threw him out there with them niggas. So you taking it back?
That's what we're not gonna do though. Because I never said the kids were trash. I never said that.
You taking it back?
The statistics are not okay. I didn't say it was trash. I never said that.
I mean, there's a lot of bad, ratchet black women too.
And see, Tasha K, that's where you messed up at. You brought up stereotypes. You brought up stereotypes, statistics about black women, and that don't define all black women. That's where you messed up at. When you brought up that is what's gonna cause your YouTube channel. That's what's gonna cause you losing so many subscribers. You gonna be at the bottom like you was before, and you gonna have to make it back up to the top, and it's gonna be black women who gonna have to help you. Miss Mammy. That's your new name, Miss Mammy.
Yeah, there are.
Okay. And there's also a lot of...
There are. Unfortunately, all the crab in a bucket mentality, I get it the most from women that look like me.
And there's also, I could lip gloss too. There's also, hold on. Yes, we lip gloss. And there's also statistic, toxic black wives and black mothers as well too. who are raising black sons with a preference.
No, we're not raising.
Tasha, baby, I'ma hold your hand when I say this. You got a lot of backlash from when you exposed the true natures of Tyrone's, and now you backtracking. You been a backtracking mammy. And us black women who have supported you in the back for the longest, we are very disappointed in you. And ain't no telling how many people finna unsubscribe. Not people, ain't no telling how many black women finna unsubscribe from your channel, Bookie. And you did it to yourself.
Black sons with a preference. I don't speak about like this is better or that's better in my household to my sons at all. Like at all. They don't. No.
You don't think they're gonna watch your videos one day?
No, I don't think they're gonna be like interested to like go back and watch stuff regarding like I don't speak that much on race, Tasha. I really don't. Like I get that I do it here and there, but I don't like every video is not about race, honey child.
So Rose, you think you would have built the audience that you built without parading the biracial relationship in front of the world? You think that's why we think we was following you? I mean, you are a beautiful woman, don't get me wrong. Brent, in my opinion,
you didn't have no business commenting on this woman's husband, and you got a husband yourself. You married. If I was a married woman, I feel like worrying about how another person husband look is just disrespectful and wild as fuck to me.
Okay, I done seen white men that look better. You know, I'm just saying. And I know that's your husband.
Girl, my man is fine.
Child.
My white savior, baby.
All I'm saying is, do you think personally we would have followed you had you would have not been race baiting?
Yeah, I do. I do.
What would we have followed? Tell us. What is it about you that
the Queen Rose? The Queen Rose. I'm just outspoken. I'm blunt. I'm real. I'm raw. Like I don't get on here like a lot of other social media influencers do and just like perfect. I don't. Like I show y'all, and this was not my first time like going crazy on like people that follow me. They've been through the trenches with me. Like I bring people through the trenches of my real life with me, like whatever it may be. So yeah, I do. Like I'm a real person. I have personality. I'm not boring, and so yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. Okay, and I'm glad that you stated that, but let's just be honest. The statistics show, when we look at the facts and look at the followers and why people are following you, it is because of the controversy surrounding you and your husband's relationship. And being that you cussed him out.
And a lot of people are just jealous and pressed. That's why it's so much controversy. A lot of people are jealous and pressed because they don't get how you can be in a marriage and both of y'all are opposites and y'all have y'all ups and downs, y'all have y'all storms, y'all have y'all disagreements, and y'all still be together. And some people don't understand how you can still. That's the difference between white men. White men do not give up like Tyrone's. They don't give up like that. They don't just give up on their woman. They don't just walk away. They don't just walk away like that. Tyrone's want them to be like that. They not like that. They'll never be like that. They wasn't raised like that. They was raised different.
Live. That's not something that, people in healthy relationships do. So is your relationship real?
But how does society know what people in healthy relationships do? Because most of society are not in healthy relationships. So people in healthy relationships, Tasha, are human. Like, let's be very real about that.
True.
People in healthy relationships are human and they have ups and downs. So me, going through some things and having a moment and cussing my husband out, it's not like the staple of our relationship. It doesn't mean that our genuinely and truly, my relationship is exactly what I show it. It's exactly what it is. We went to vacation. We randomly moved here. I literally randomly on a vacation told my husband I want to move here. I moved here. My husband genuinely moves mountains for me. Genuinely.
So you moved to Hawaii on vacation and your husband just follows you?
No, not just followed me. We were on a family vacation together. And on day 2, I told my husband, babe, I want to move here. Can we move here? And he was beating around with it for a couple days. And then day 4, he was like, okay, if you can find a place to live, we can move here. So I went and found a place to live, and he quit his job, went back to Arizona to finish working for 2 weeks to be able to close everything out. And while he was there, he was applying to jobs. He got the job. He came, and we were moved here. Genuinely, you think the average man?
By the way, y'all know I don't say her husband name, but that y'all could tell I was pissed off. I didn't mean to say her husband name, and I hate I said that man's name, but y'all won't ever hear me say that man's name again, ever.
Does that, my husband genuinely does whatever to just.
So he follows you. So you leader.
No,
you the leader.
We come up with things together. If he would have said absolutely not, then you think I would have moved here? No. So I was hoping that he said yeah. He was beating around with it, and he ended up saying yeah.
Let me ask you a question. What if the roles were reversed? What if he, being a white man, would have uploaded a video telling you how sorry of a black woman you were and how you didn't contribute? What if he were to publicly say that about you?
I'm not sure.
In a video would go ultra viral.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know, it's what if he would have did that? I mean, we're married, so I would have been mad and then got unmad, and then we would have continued our marriage, our relationship, because we're literally, married. It's not my boyfriend, we're married. But, what if he did that? What level of hurt would I have been? I'm not sure, because I'm not I have to be in the predicament to know what I would do.
So you don't have empathy?
Empathy for what? Yeah.
To be able to empathize with someone, even though you've never experienced that. So
absolutely, I have.
Do you lack empathy?
No, I'm actually literally an empath. Like, if you started crying about something right now, I'm overly emotional person where I'm gonna start. And that's the thing. That's where the little argument was with me being overly emotional about my mom, overly emotional about the way my husband was just going in and not being able to, So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna, troll him and troll the troll. It really was not
troll your savior, and you paraded him and how great he is.
See, there go that savior word again. The whole interview was disrespectful. It was a jealous, cringe interview. I just don't get how she went through with this interview. I couldn't have did it.
A partner and a lover to the world.
Right. And he still is that. He literally still is that. The thing is, like, I know a lot of people really love to live in, like, a fairy tale world. It's like, oh my goodness, they're a good, healthy couple. So, like, they don't argue at all. Everyone does argue. Sure, my argument, it got super viral where that was not, like, the goal. That's not where it's supposed to, what was supposed to happen. But
I think everyone knows that relationships have arguments, right? Mm-hmm. But I could tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I've been married 18 years. You can't find one video, one text message, one email of me disrespecting and emasculating my husband before the public because I'm mad at my mom. And I had a very toxic relationship with my mother for 15 years of my marriage. We just recently got on the same page. I had more than enough triggers to be able to upload when my husband or when somebody does something to me and then I can take it out on him. But for me to say purposely upload, go live, don't act like I didn't do this. Don't act like you don't do this. Don't act like I didn't buy my car and put the bow on it. But you paraded it as if he gave you these gifts.
I didn't buy he did. He did. And that's the thing. That's what I said. I was an emotional woman and I was talking shit. So for my husband, I don't know. Maybe we're both delusional together because he's not really like tripping at all. So I
know he ain't tripping. Most men don't sweat the
not stuff. Like he really is. So I do love that for you, that you can't find any of that on you in 18 years. I love that for you, and I love how long you've been there.
I've been told that was a lie, and basically Tasha really just tried to lift herself up and basically tear Rose down. That's what I saw during the whole interview. It was nothing but full of gaslighting and manipulation and pandering to the dusty blackistaian Tyrone's being a mammy.
I love it.
Well, it's because I intentionally don't do it. I intentionally do not disrespect or emasculate my man before anybody. He can't even say that I've said that around friends. So for you to take to the internet where you make your money, both of y'all make money off the internet. Make no mistake. So when you was like, don't act like my money didn't put money down on this house.
That's what I'm saying.
You see, he don't get his face in the camera. That's his money too.
That's what hello, Tasha. So you know that. So I don't know why the Range Rover and everything else. I'm sitting here. I don't work. I haven't worked since I've been with my husband. I don't.
But you do work.
Yes, but I'm saying I don't go to a place to work. So any money that I've gotten it with and due to my husband. So I didn't put a bow on my car. I actually told my husband I didn't want the Range Rover. So when he quit working while I was 8 months pregnant for a minute, and I had to make a couple car notes. Yeah, I was pissed, but I didn't. I actually told my husband I didn't want the Range Rover.
So there it is. So you did feel like you were carrying the family, and when he didn't have a job, is when all those old emotions came up that you haven't dealt with from your last relationship. Being that he was sitting there not working, You got angry because you just said that, and that's what led to the video.
I don't hold anything from my last relationship because it was so long ago. I genuinely don't. So if there was some stuff going on in my relationship and the thing about it is my vlogs, I've literally expressed this. I literally was crying. I literally told them, my husband lost it. I tell them I'm very authentic with my post. So yeah, like, I love that you said you've been married for 18 years and you would have never and you could never. But how much have you learned in your 18 years? I'm sure you've learned a lot as a woman. So I'm glad that I learned my lesson right now. That's not just something that I do, and it's not something that I will do in the future. But I mean, we're human, we learn and we grow. But yeah, I was going through a lot. Yeah, I felt. It's the word like, I don't know.
Let's be honest. How did it make you feel when your husband was at home for 4 months with no job?
Yeah, so that at the time with me being pregnant, he was supposed to. My husband is from Iowa. He has a very strong work ethic. He's a very, very hard worker. So he's always made 6 figures on paper by working. I'm a very entrepreneurial mindset person. So the goal when I was 8 months pregnant, he was supposed to stop working and he was supposed to get things done. Like he's had all his hours to become a pilot for like 3 years now. All he has to do is pass the written test and he's a pilot. But like you had 4 months and you did not pass